Good afternoon. I had to unmute myself. Good afternoon. I hope you all are doing well. And thank you so much for joining us. Today, you are in for a treat, as you know. This session is entitled Enjoying the Holidays Now, Navigating Changes by Giving Care. I am your host for today, Danielle Moore, Senior Alumni Programs Manager in the Office of Alumni Engagement. And I just want to thank you all for joining us for this special edition Sister Soul Circle. We'll get started momentarily. We do have a presentation to show you all. Give me 1 second. And feel free to shout out where you're from in the chat. You can give us your class year, your name, shout out what you plan on doing for the holidays. We would love to know that as well. So we will get started momentarily. And hi, Sheri.
Hi.
Hi, Sheri.
Hi, Denise. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Let's get comfy here. Comfy here.
And since we've already pretty much covered our panelists for today, but we'll still give you a proper introduction. Again, this is the Sister Soul Circle special edition entitled Enjoying the Holidays Now, Navigating Changes by Giving Care. And I present to you our two panelists, Dr. Sheri Yarbrough, class of 83, and our very own Miss Denise Davidson, LMFT, class of 81. And again, we have shared their bios during the opening. So I hope you had a chance to check that out. Again, my name is Danielle Moore. I'm the Senior Alumni Programs Manager in the Office of Alumni Engagement. If this is your first time joining us, I do want to let you know that we have had this series, the Sister Soul Circle, since the beginning of the pandemic. It came out of a idea that our team developed, that we wanted to give back in a nurturing way to our alumni and keep you all engaged throughout what we didn't know was going to be several months of this pandemic. So thank you all for joining us. Again, we have our bio for Dr. Sheri L. Yarbrough. I won't prolong her segment, but I do want to let you know that she has written a book called OMG, I'm the Grown Up Now. It's a conversation on giving care to a loved one and yourself. So that's pretty much what we will be talking about the first half of today. And then, of course, again, we have our very own Denise Davidson, who will bring to you a meditation and chair exercise, yoga exercise. So I hope that you will enjoy that as well. She has an extensive background. She has 21 years of experience doing, sorry, my slides jumped a little bit, but she has 21 years of experience doing yoga. So she comes with a very wealth of knowledge. And so now I will turn everything over to our very own Dr. Sheri Yarbrough so she can present to you some information about how to navigate through the holiday season.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here. Um, I just a little bit. I've been caring for my mom for 10 years, so it's it's been a learning experience, and I have a lot to share. And I hope that some of the things that I share with you today will be helpful for you. I call this first slide "Holidays DC During COVID-19." As caregivers, we find that the holiday season is both joyful and stressful at the same time. The holiday season brings us extras. Um, and now this year, COVID-19 has added an extra scoop of sweet potatoes onto an already full plate. So holidays are extra, and now we've got extra because of COVID-19. And that's why in this era of living life, DC, it's really important to give care. And what do I mean by giving care? Giving care is what you do to keep your care bank full. As caregivers, we give a lot and we give a lot out. So we have to take actions and we have to make decisions that care for ourselves so that we're always full enough to be able to care for our loved ones. And that's where my motto, caregiving is what you do for your loved one. Giving care is what you do for both of you. As you're caring for yourself by extending the same kind of care to you that you give to your loved one, you're setting a foundation for practicing self-care. And I like to think of self-care as a mindset where we take the actions and make decisions that allow us to stay full. Let's move on to the next slide. So when we're giving care, we have a lot of decisions that we have to make. And so it's important that we look at this first tip, and that is to set realistic goals. When you're caring for yourself, those goals become what you need to do, not just to make sure that the other person has what she needs or he needs, but also what you need in order to be able to fulfill that. We just finished our first major holiday of Thanksgiving. And so now is a good time to really step back and take a look at what worked well, what didn't work so well, and give yourself some time to decide what you're going to do going forward. And in that process of deciding what you're going to do going forward for Christmas and Kwanzaa and New Year's and all of those other holidays, it's important to give those decisions a great big kiss. Keep it short and simple. Because we have so much to do, making our decisions short and simple keeps us from feeling overwhelmed. And sometimes as caregivers, we want everyone and everything to be okay. So we start making decisions and we take actions to make sure that we keep everything okay. And that's great, as long as we remember to kiss them. Because keeping those decisions short and simple makes them manageable, makes everything that you have to do manageable. And that brings me to my third point. Act only on what you can do. In that space of wanting to do it all and be everything, we sometimes trap ourselves and get a little overwhelmed. So when we kiss them, we can make those decisions about what is it that we really can do and what's going to be feasible and what's going to be manageable. And in doing so, we're caring for ourselves because we're not pushing ourselves too far and stressing ourselves out. And that brings me to my next tip. We don't have to make all these decisions by ourselves. There's lots of information in the world, and we can get some great tips from other people. But as we're looking at all that information, it's important that we take those great tips and tailor them to our own needs, because every good tip may not fit what we need to do for ourselves and our loved ones. And so, as we're looking at all of that information, we live in a world where information is readily available and it's quick, and we can sometimes get into overload. So, it's important that you're patient with yourself as you're navigating and sorting through all of that information. I learned a great line from St. Francis de Sales, which is be, be patient with all things, but first of all, be patient with yourself. And so, in being patient with yourself, it allows you to quiet your thoughts. And now you can look at information and think about the things that you've experienced and decide, hey, what do I need to do with this? As these big holidays come forward, there's a lot to do. And it's important to think about how to schedule those days. The world has gone virtual now, as we are in this platform. So this is a good time to sit down and think about, okay, how can we schedule this day in a way that's going to be good for both of us? Do we have to do it on the day, or maybe we can do it a day or two before? Thinking about how to schedule this gives you some flexibility with the time that you're actually going to do it. And that brings me to my last point. When you're making these decisions, be sure to include your loved ones in ways that she or he can help. As caregivers, we sometimes get into this space of wanting everything to be just right, and so we find ourselves trying to do it all at once, all by ourselves. In this year, with COVID making everybody feel so kind of constrained and isolated, it's really important to include your loved one in a way that she or he can help. That helps remove some of the isolation from your loved one, and it also keeps you from having to roll into that space of trying to do it all at once, all by yourself. As you're doing this, you learn a lot, and you bring a lot to the table. So let's move to my last slide, which is about sticking to boundaries. As you're making these decisions, you've got to decide what you can do and what you can't. So it's important that you know your limits, know your loved one's limits, and you hold fast to them. When you move beyond those limits, nobody has a good time. It can get uncomfortable for everybody. So keeping your limits at the forefront of your decisions helps you to make sure that we can all get this done and we can all enjoy this at the same time. And it's important to let others know what your limits are and why you can't go beyond them. In every family, we all know who is whom. We know who the funny one is. We know who the dependable person is. We know who makes the best sweet potato pie. And this year, we're all looking forward to those gatherings in whatever way we can. If there's a lot going on, you might have to set limits. If you're the sweet potato pie queen, you might have to set limits on whether you're just going to do the sweet potato pies or you're going to do everything. And that's why it's important to share, hey, this is as far as I can go this year, and help people understand and support you in why you can't go beyond those limits. And as the caregiver, not extending those limits is really important, because remember, you've got to take care of you and you're caring for somebody else. And and that's why it brings me to my final point, using your boundaries to enjoy your time. Yes, you may want to do lots of things. And as I mentioned earlier, sometimes as a caregiver, we get really ambitious and we want everything and we want it all. But we can still create some boundaries that allow us to have a great time with what we are fully capable of doing. Because nobody wants to be disappointed or feel as though you've disappointed someone or disappointed yourself. So make sure that you keep those boundaries in place so that you can enjoy your time. Okay, you can go to my last slide. Oops, my last, in conclusion, the holidays are for everyone. So it's really important that you include yourself. You put yourself right at the top of the list of all of the people who need care and who you're going to enjoy your time with. Put yourself at the top of the list and enjoy this time. So there it is. So I thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope this was helpful.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sheri Yarbrough. I wanted to open up the floor for questions. If you have any questions that you would like to ask Dr. Yarbrough, then you may do so. You may unmute your mic and ask her a question regarding caregiving and how to navigate the holiday season. Okay. If we do not have any questions at this time, I will turn it over to Denise Davidson for her to go through her routine, her chair exercise routine.
Thank you, Danielle. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'd first like to commend Sheri. And Sheri, I'd like to commend you because I'm not in the situation as a caregiver in the sense that you are, but I've been over the years working in the community doing support groups for caregivers. And currently I'm doing a support group for cancer thrivers, and the caregivers are part of that group. The chair yoga that I do is for caregivers that have family members that are experiencing dementia. So I'm so humbled to be in the presence of those that are actually in the trenches, that are on the ground. I'm currently helping one of my teachers that had an injury. And so I go over once a week only, and I help her get dinner, and I stay the night. She's 81 years young and she's strong. So I'm, again, humbled because I just do once a week, and I've only been doing it since October. So just imagining you doing 10 years, I honor you, and I honor all of those that are online. And I thank you for your book, and I thank you for the work that you're doing. And I look forward to sharing it and inviting you to some of the spaces and places to be able to share your knowledge and your grace. So we're going to get
happy.
Thank you. We're going to get started with movement. And first, I'd like to just start with saying I want to honor those that came before us. I want to honor them because they're the shoulders that we stand upon. So when we think about our day, there are 86,400 seconds in a day. Have we used one of them to say thank you? So as we go into my movement and my information that I'll share, if we could just take a moment to give thanks and honor for the words that have been spoken by Sheri, those that have taken time and stepped away to be on the call. So I would like to start with us bringing our hands together and just rubbing in a circle. And as we rub in the circle, we activate the 72,000 nerve endings that are in the palms of our hands. And as we activate these nerve endings, we set our intention. So as we set our intention, let this moment be a moment of radical Nahari, which is self-care and Swahili. Let this moment be the moment that you're standing down, stepping away, and taking time to care for yourself. And as Sheri would say, being a giver of care. And I'm going to use and veggie back on what Sheri has said to build on what I'll do. So as you rub your hands, you may be getting a little upper body workout if you haven't done your weight training today. So I'm giving you a double dip. So rub, 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 and get those 72,000 nerve endings going. Rub, 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 rub. And now let's place the palms at the heart center. This posture we know is called prayer posture. Let's rest the palms right in the center of the chest. You can let the elbows squeeze down, or you can bring the elbows out, your choice. But as we let our eyes flutter and close, let's give thanks. Let's give thanks for this opportunity that we've been given on this day to begin again. We were given the opportunity to open our eyes to see the sunrise. And as I give thanks for all of the beauty that is in this room and that is present, I say thank you for this opportunity to share this technology and science called yoga. So as I share this science and technology called yoga, hopefully you'll take away something that you can use as part of your life, as a lifestyle. So as you breathe this breath, this life force, this prana, this chi, may you use this breath to relax, to energize, and to detox. And I will share 3 different styles of breath where you can do that. So again, as we close our eyes and invite our ancestors in, those that have come before us, we invite those that will come after us, and we say thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to serve and to be of service. Thank you for us giving care. And gently inhale. And as you inhale, expand the belly as though you're blowing up a big, gigantic balloon. The lungs are like a balloon. So as you inhale, you release stale air that may be trapped at the lungs. And as you exhale, release. Exhaling through the nostrils and inhaling through the nostrils. So again, I will be veggie backing on what Sheri has already shared so that we can build upon what she has presented. Caregiving, as she stated, is what we do, and we love our loved ones. Giving care is what we do for ourselves. And I've coined a phrase that I use for self-care, again, radical Nahari, which is self-care, because we want to be giving care by any means necessary, as Brother Malcolm would say, non-negotiable. So as you've come today in this space, you have accepted that for yourself. So let's bring the fingers apart. Let's stretch the fingers apart. The thumbs and the pinkies are together. The hands are so crucial to our well-being. The fingertips are the control center to the brain. So as we gently put the fingertips together, we activate the brain. Our hand movements are called mudras. The sounds that we make are mantras. So I will be sharing terms that are in the Kundalini yoga tradition that you can take what you like and leave the rest. So as we make this symbol with our hands, it represents a lotus flower. And if you've never seen a lotus flower growing in a pond, the most beautiful thing that your eyes could ever behold. But lotus flowers grow in mucky, murky, muddy water. And we know sometimes there may be some murk and some muck in having to handle and having to care for our loved ones, and us being in this great unplug, this great experience that I call it, that has brought many things forth. So as we stretch the arms up, imagine that you're rising up out of the muck and out of the mire. Stretch your arms up over your head, and let's press the palms together. So if you have any injuries that will prevent you from bringing the arms over the head, then come as far as you can, wherever you can. You don't have to bring your arms all the way up. So as you stretch your arms up, we're stimulating all of the muscles. As we bring our arms up, we're draining our lymphatic system. The lymph system doesn't have a pump. So how we activate that system is through inversions. Inversions are upside down postures. You can lay on your back, put your legs in the air, and that is an inversion. And it's said to actually slow down the aging process, because my goal and role is not to live eternally, but to have a good time while I'm here. And I want to allow for the wheels to fall off. So as we stretch our arms up, if your arms get tired, just smile. It brings forth those happy hormones to say, it's okay, the arms are not going to fall off. And now we're going to greet ourselves, just like we greet others when we see them. Every morning, greet yourself. So we're going to bring the palms apart. And as we bring the palms apart, let's bring the arms down. And as we bring the arms down, we're going to take the right hand, bring it to the left, and say hello. And then we're going to open up the other hand and say hello, again with a smile. And now you're going to add some words. Words have power. And we're going to say, hello, beautiful. And then we're going to turn our head to the left. We're going to say, hello, queen. We're going to activate the brain through this movement. We're going to say, hello, creative genius. And we're going to say, hello, beautiful. And we're going to say, hello, giving care being. So as we've said all of those wonderful things about ourselves, let's just send it out to some other giving carer. So let's open and close the fingers, open and close the fingers, open and close the fingers. So now let's stretch the arms up. And as we stretch the arms up, let the palms look at each other. I'm going to scoot back a little so you can see me. I'm going to get in the chair, but I just want to be able to see you. So as we bring our arms up, feel the energy going from the left and right palm. There's something that happens to us when we are on Zoom. The brain is reacting and interacting in a way that's not normal, because the brain looks for facial recognitions to be able to respond. So when we can't see each other, the brain is confused. So we may have something called Zoom fog. So it's so important with being on Zoom, get off after each hour if you can, walk around and take a break. So as we stretch the arms up and as we breathe, we're going to release anything that may be resting in our heart by blowing it out of our mouth. And some of these postures are going to feel silly and look silly, but I invite you to engage, because we want to be childlike, not childish. That brings forth healing to the body. So let's inhale, stretch up, blow the breath out of the mouth, and release any harmful feelings from our heart. If the arms are too heavy, bring the arms down. It's your practice. If you can leave the arms up, leave the arms up. And now we're going to release any hurtful words that may have been said to yourself or others. Because sometimes being a giver of care, it can be frustrating. You can be angry. You can have thoughts that, I don't want to even do this. So you have to bring yourself back around. So release that. Forgive yourself. Inhale, release any hurtful words. Inhale. And exhale. And now we're going to release any hurtful thoughts that you have had that may need to be released. Let's inhale and release. And now let's stretch the arms out. We've released it. We've let it go. We've released it. We've let it go. And let's touch the earth and come back up to the heavens. So as we come to the heavens, we're going to bring the palms together. And as we bring the palms together, we're going to do our opening. And the opening that we do is just to create the yoga space. I call it the yoga channel. So we're going to turn on the yoga channel. So if your thoughts wander to what you have to do when you leave the space or what you did before you got to space, bring it back to the yoga channel. We're going to use the sound of ah. It's spelled A-H. And ah is said to be the universal sound of God. The universal sound of God. And that universal sound goes by many names, but I choose to call God the one that generates, the one that organizes, and the one that delivers. So as we release this sound, we open up the vibration to receive what it is that God has for us. So we're going to inhale a nice full breath. When you inhale, the belly sticks out. Left our egos at the door, because most of the time, for me, holding that belly in, but we want to let it go and release. So here we go. We're going to inhale and release the sound of ah. This is our opening. Inhale. Ah. Once again. Ah. Once again. Amen. So again, ah is the sound that's said to bring forth that universal force. Ah is the sound that doesn't take any effort. There is a meditation using ah in the Lord's Prayer, and I'll share it with the group, that can be comforting, and it has been for me. So let's get this party rolling, and we're going to give ourselves a hand clap. And as we clap our hands that we suited up, we showed up, we bring it around, and we lubricate our joints. So as we clap our hands, we want to bring our attention to right here and right now. Sometimes in some fellowships, pastor will say, let's get a hand clap. Pastor wants your attention. So we're giving a hand clap. So once we bring it around for ourselves, let's take it around for others. Let's take it around for others. So now I'm going to move to the chair. You can stay on the floor if you'd like, but I'm going to move to the chair. And Danielle, if you could give me a signal when I have 10 minutes left, because I get excited and I will carry us on. My class is usually an hour and a half, so I want to not go over. So keep clapping. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. And you can take this around where you go around and clap. So the style of yoga that I teach is Kundalini, and it just means awareness. It just means you become aware of your breath, you become aware of your body, you become aware of your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions. And now let's take it to center, and let's go back around again. As we do this movement, this is a movement that helps to move excess energy. So I don't use the F word. Right at the abdominal area, we may have some excess energy. And that energy can come from a lot of things, our diet, but mostly stress. The stress hormone that we release goes straight to the belly. And it's to the point now that we are under constant stress, and being a giver of care, oh my goodness. So you want to relax, and the breath can relax you. Movement can relax you. Smiling can relax you. Essential oils can relax you. There's so many things that you can do. And now let's come to the center and just relax. And just from that movement, you should feel your circulation increasing. You should feel your lymphatic fluid moving. The lymph system doesn't have a pump. So how we move that fluid is through movement. Because what my elders tell me is you move it or you lose it. So I'm choosing to move it. So as we move our body just 30 minutes a day, we can do 10, 10, and 10, 5, 5, and 10. It's said to prevent chronic disease. One of the other things that I do is I do workshops for community to help prevent chronic disease. So as we move into these movements, I'm going to share with you, these are some things that you can do, maybe with your loved one. Simple movements that help to reconnect the transmitters to the brain and bring our concentration together. But let's start with our eyes. We want to see the beauty in all things. So as we start with our eyes, we do a simple movement where we simply roll our neck. Roll our neck. So if you can't see me or you can't hear me, then let me know. You won't interrupt me if you open the mic. So I'm going to come up so you can see my face again. Not being able to see faces is not a good thing. So you want to be able to see faces. And now let's reverse. As you reverse, we're going to roll forward. And I'll go back to the chair so you can roll forward. And sitting in the chair, you can bring your knees together. You can bring your legs apart, or you can spread your legs all the way apart. It's your choice. So you can have the movement be as deep or as shallow as you like. It depends on your flexibility. Everybody is different, and that's wonderful. This style of yoga is about the breath. So as you breathe in and out and in, just feel the energy moving. And now we're going to come in with the head drop back, and I'm going to come up close and personal again. And we're going to open the ear, nose, and throat. Simply moving the head back, yeah, down, yeah, back, yeah, down, yeah, back, yeah, down, yeah. If you grind your teeth at night, this is a good movement to do before you go to sleep. And you're giving yourself a little facial. We have nerves in the back of the neck, and those nerves stimulate the brain. We have a nerve, a really important nerve, that's at the base of the earlobe that goes all the way in the center of the chest into the gut, called the vagus nerve. And this nerve actually controls all of our systems, our endocrine system, our immune system, our circulatory system, and our digestive system. So the gut is key to our overall well-being. Now you're going to let the head drop back and make sound. Sound helps to release trauma from the muscles. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let the jaw drop back. Yeah, yeah. If you have any injuries, be mindful. Yeah, yeah. And now hold it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bring the head forward. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And relax. Now we're going to open the stem of the brain. And it's a very simple movement. This is used in the Alzheimer's Association to help to reconnect someone that may have had memory loss or brain trauma. You're going to simply turn your head left shoulder, right shoulder. So as you do this, this can be a meditation. Meditations don't have to be sitting still. Meditations can be moving, depending on your style, your type. You may require more movement than sitting still. So when you do this movement, look as far as you can to the left, as far as you can to the right. And as you do this movement, I want to see what your range of motion is. So look to the left, spot something. Look to the right and spot something. Because we're going to open up the body more by rubbing our ears to loosen our fascia. Fascia is a netting that covers the body in different sections. So come to center. And now let's take our hands and rub our ears. Acupuncture is another way for relaxation. My mentor has an acupuncture clinic, and she's 81 years young and amazing. So if you haven't tried acupuncture or acupressure, give it a try. So this is actually loosening up the netting that goes from the base of your neck all the way over your head under the chin. So it's going to loosen up the body. But most importantly, every organ is represented in your ears. So it's something called auricular acupuncture. So as you do this, you're massaging those organs. So get the ears really warm, really on. And you can do this for your loved one, someone that you love. I got a nice neck massage by my mentor and teacher last night. My neck was bothering me, and I sat on the floor, and I said, I'm supposed to be caring for you. And she gave me a wonderful massage, and oh, it just felt wonderful and loosening up that fascia. So now relax the hands down. Ears should be nice and warm. Now turn your head left. You should have much further range. You should be able to turn your head all the way around like an owl turns almost. And see the range just change all the way around. So keep doing that, and we're going to stimulate the brain even more. So keep going left to right, left to right, left to right. See that you can see over. Now let's open our arms. If the arms get tired, if you have injuries that will prevent you from doing this, don't. So now we're going to turn the head to the left shoulder, and then we're going to squeeze the left palm, and we're going to tap down. We're going to turn the head to the right shoulder, squeeze, and tap down. And now again, left, stretch, squeeze, tap up. Right, stretch, squeeze, tap up, and left, stretch, squeeze, tap down. This is brain work. Right, squeeze, tap down. Little brain yoga. Left, squeeze, tap down. Right, squeeze, tap down. And just relax. If you don't do anything but breathe, shake, and stretch, you would have given your body a gift. So every morning when you wake up, take minimum one deep breath for each decade of your life minimally. So you can set your day and your day doesn't set you. And after you take your breath, just do a nice little stretch, arms over your head, and then a stretch left, stretch right, and then popping out, getting ready for your shower, use your towel and move your hands and stretch. So you could have done 10 or 15 minutes before you even get dressed in the morning. So integrate it as part of your daily going about. And especially for givers of care, because you have so many things on your plate. Now let the hands just rest, and you may feel the blood trickling to the tips of the fingers, activating circulation, activating lymphatic system, activating the muscles. That's how yoga is different from just exercise, because you move all of your systems simultaneously. Yoga means just to join your systems together. So they come together and they work in unison. So now we're going to do a little more brain work, and then we're going to do shoulder and neck work, and then lower body. So as you hold your arms out, I'm going to say right, and you're going to bring your right hand to your shoulder. And I'm going to say left, and you're going to bring your left hand. So this is brain work. If you want to close your eyes and just listen to my command. So I'm going to say right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, 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 right, left, right, right, left, right, right, and left. A wonderful thing to do if you're watching television and the commercial comes on, do your right, left, left, right. So let's open and close the hands, open and close the hands. Again, the control center for the brain are in the fingertips. Now let's stretch the arms up and open and close the hands. 26 vertebrae in the spine. So think about the spine as a nice rod, and that's supporting your back. The belief is that youth and vitality is not in the age and the number, but it's in our spine being flexible. So with Kundalini yoga, we do a lot of spine work. We do a lot of spine work. We do a lot of twisting and turning, twisting and turning. If the arms get heavy, bring the arms down. You can bring the arms here. You don't have to hold them up. As you do the movements, you feel your body getting stronger. And now bring the arms out and bring the arms down, and let's circle around. Let's get a little flexibility in our joints and get that fluid moving in our body. We have fluid in our body like WD-40. So we're oiling those joints and getting, you might hear a little crick cracking, a little crick cracking, a little crick cracking. This also is clearing your magnetic field. It may be something or someplace you stepped in to, even a meeting on Zoom, you can feel that energy and you're clearing it out. And now let's go the other way. If you have injuries, you can only do one arm, do one arm. Be mindful, this is your yoga, the yoga of awareness. You can have your feet apart. You can have your legs spread out. Your choice. Those arms up and over. And now stretch the arms out. Imagine you're stretching all 26 vertebrae. The belief is that the Kundalini energy is right at the base of the spine. So when we do these movements, we move it. So let's bring the hands down, and we're going to tip the teapot. So we're going to still release anything that you still may be harboring or holding on to. So let's tip, 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 tip over. If you can only go here, just go here. If you can press the hand on the chair, go here. If you need to rest it on your leg, if you can bring it all the way to the floor. So now we're going to stir up. We're going to stir up all of the goodness that Sheri talked about, being a giver of care. We're going to stir it up. We're going to stir it up and make sure we remember to bring it forth for ourselves. And let's reverse it. And really working up. Let's stir up some good trouble, as John Lewis would say. Stir up some good trouble. And let's bring that shoulder up and go in and out. If you have any injuries, be mindful. And out and in and out. And now let's come back up. Slowly come back up. Here, very gentle. And let's bring the arm down and shake it out. This is a good balancing act where you take one hand and shake it, and you do the other leg and shake it. And this you can do standing, you can do sitting. This is the balance and coordination. Balance and coordination have to do with upper body strength. When our core is strong, it helps us stay in balance. And bring the arms down and the legs down. And bring that down and bring it down. You may feel energy, you may feel tingling, you may feel something in the body. If you have to rest, if you start getting lightheaded or dizzy, stop. Now let's do the other side. Let's shake this hand and shake this leg. Shake, shake, shake. And if you can't do it off the floor, do it on the floor. Do it on the floor. I've designed a specific program for doing the movements in the chair. I work with students that some are in their 90s and 100s, so they can do the movements, and it's based on your range of motion or your flexibility. You may be able to come here and bring the leg in and bring the leg down. And just rest and feel that energy moving. Inhale a nice full breath. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale a nice full breath. Exhale through the mouth. Sound releases trauma from the muscles. Trauma lives in the muscles. So as we release sound, it helps the body to release that trauma. This may be trauma that was experienced in childhood, and most of our childhood trauma is what causes injury overall. So we want to release that trauma. We want to let it go. Inhale a nice full breath. Let's stretch those arms up, stretch, 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 and let's bring the arms down. And let's give ourselves love. So we're going to stretch forward. Oh, we're going to bring it up, and we're going to open. Oh, let's stretch forward. Feel like we're opening our heart. We're making the heart as big as we can. Stretch out. Oh, let's give our heart a hug. Oh, it's all about love. All about love. This is not a no pain, no gain practice. This is a love yourself practice. Oh, just open up your heart and stretch forward and stretch up. Last one. Stretch and open and hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now bring the arms up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the arms down and let's circle them. And here we go. And this is our roll, roll, roll your boat. And here we go. Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is a wonderful dream. Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream. Get those toes up. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is a wonderful dream. And then we're going to go up. Yeah. And move those wrists up and back. This movement actually stimulates the meridian points in the kidneys. All of the movements specifically work on parts of the body. Yoga is a therapy. Yoga is a healing voice. It's not just exercise. These movements are scientifically designed to work on specific parts of the body. Press those palms down. So if you have a sciatic issue, if you have headaches, if you have stomach aches, you can do certain yoga postures to help the body and bring the arms down. Yoga can be used to strengthen, to detox, and to relax. So feel that energy that you've generated. And now we're going to do a nice big rotation, again, that can move some of that excess energy. We don't use the F word at the abdominal, but we got to get rid of the stress, relaxing, releasing, and letting God. So here we go. So we're going to stretch the arms up. Let's interlock the fingers. Let's push the hands away. And let's get our arm pumps in. Here we go. Got to get those arm pumps in. Arm pumps, arm pumps. As we bend the elbows, this strengthens our systems, meaning our digestive and elimination system. Strengthens our elimination and the digestive system. As we bend our elbows, it helps the colon. So bending the elbows. And let's stretch up. And here we go. So we're going to take a nice big circle all the way around and come back up. So this is my housework posture. And I say I'm sweeping the floor and I'm mopping the walls. I'm looking at those cobwebs on my ceiling that I need to do. So I'm just imagining, I'm visualizing. And you can go as deep as you like. You can come here. We can open up those hips and really roll. You can come here. We can open up those hips and really roll. And you can come here. And let's come to the center. And then let's pulse back. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And let's stretch one leg, right leg out. Stretch, oh, stretch, and come back to center. And here we go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And let's stretch that leg out. Oh, and come back to center. And now we're going to go the other way. Here we go. Now we swept the floor. Now we're going to put a little water on it. We're going to mop it. Here we go. So you can get your yoga in while you're doing your housework. You're thinking, oh, I swept the floor and I'm going to mop the floor. Here I go. Your legs can be open so you can get more movement on your hips. So important to move those hips to stimulate all of the 26 vertebrae in the spine. As our core is strong, then our gait, our balance, and our coordination stays really good. And let's come to center. Those arms up. And here we go. We're going to pulse with both legs. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, stretch back. And now we're going to bring the arms down. Oh, bring the arms around and come up. Stretch up Bring the arms out. Bring the arms down. Stretch out. And now we're going to stretch the arms up. And we have two options for this movement. This is called a forward bend. You can come forward here and just rest the head. You can stretch your legs out, hold onto the chair, and come forward. Your choice. You decide what you want to do. If you can come all the way down, you're going to cross the arms over. This helps to balance the electromagnetic field in the body and bringing the blood to the frontal lobe of the brain that relaxes the body. So let the head hang heavy. So just breathe in and out and in and out and in. So as we let the blood rush to the frontal lobe of the brain, this relaxes us. So as we breathe in and out and in, just allow. This is called the mental standard. So as you stretch your legs out, if you're on the floor, you're just letting the head hang heavy and stretching your body and relaxing your body and allowing your body. So now as we stretch our bodies, as we activate our circulatory system, respiratory and digestive system, now we're going to do one movement to really get the heart rate going, because yoga can get your heart rate going depending on the movement. So we're going to do a wonderful movement that we call our funky chicken move. So we're going to bring the arms up. We're going to make a fist. We're going to bring the arms in. We're going to bring the hands down. And after we do this movement, we'll do our meditation. So we're going to stimulate meridian points right at the rib cage. So again, the hands are closed. The thumb represents the ego. The index finger, knowledge. The middle finger, patience. The ring finger, discernment. And communication. So we're bringing all of those together into one. And then we'll close with our patience meditation. So here we go. We're going to inhale and exhale, but we're going to stick the tongue out. This detoxes glands in the back of the tongue. So this is the movement like this. Bring those fists together, because you're bringing all of those qualities together. The ego is sometimes what takes us out of ourselves. The index finger, the knowledge, the middle finger, that patience, the ring finger, discernment, and the pinky, communication. Here we go. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. Here we go. Stick that tongue out, get those toxins, and let it roll. Here we go. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So bring the fist in, and I want you to inhale and squeeze every muscle in your body, and then tap your chest. Inhale. Once again, inhale, squeeze every muscle in the body. Last time. Inhale. And just let it go. And let's bring the arms down. And as you bring the arms down, feel the energy that you created in your body. Feel your care giving, and you're being a giver of care, being equal opportunity, that you practice your radical Nahari, which is self-care in Swahili, by any means necessary, non-negotiable. So as we come into our meditative posture, I did share that each finger represents a principle. And a lot of times you see people in meditation doing this, the index finger and the thumb, knowledge and ego. But each finger has a quality. So if you need to bring some patience. And the meditation that we're going to do is patience, because we know being a giver of care requires a lot of patience in building that. But if you need discernment, then that's the ring finger, or communication from your heart, pinky. So if you want to take all of the fingers and just push them together like this, you can. Or the middle finger for patience, bring that finger together, and you're going to just rest on the hand. So that's the mudra, the hand movement. The breath that we'll use is called a 4-part breath. And this breath is to help to release stale air from the lungs and bring the quality of the breath into the cells, into the organs of the body. So I invite you to close your eyes, focus at the center of the brow, the third eye point. So if we could play I Am Enough. Danielle, if you could play I Am Enough.
Okay, we're queuing up your music now.
And just play that one for, we're going to do 3 minutes, 1 minute, and then Queen. So breathe in
I know
through the 4 times.
myself, I am
Exhale through the
enough. I see myself in joy
nose 4 times.
and love. I
Exhale through the mouth.
know myself,
You
I
are enough.
am enough.
Through the nose 4
I
times.
see myself in joy and love. I know
Exhale
myself, I
through the nose.
am enough.
Exhale from the mouth.
I
Long
see myself in
sound. Release.
joy and love. I
Uh, uh,
know myself, I am enough.
uh,
See
and
myself in joy and love. I know
exhale.
myself, I am enough.
Parts through the nose.
I see
Exhale.
myself in joy and love. I
Last time.
know
Exhale.
myself,
Exhale.
I am enough.
Mouth with sound.
I see myself
Yeah,
in
you are.
joy and love. I
And now
know myself,
and we
I
see
am enough. I
breathing
see
out.
myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough.
To cue up
I
Queen. Thank you.
see myself in joy.
Now just sitting in the silence, allowing for this song to minister.
Hey,
Oh, I
queen.
connecting all
Hey,
with
queen. Hey, queen. Hey, queen. Hey, queen. Hey, queen. Hey, queen. Ooh. Hey, queen. Ooh. You are not alone. Hey, queen. Ooh. You can have whatever you dream. Hey, queen. Ooh. Listen to your own inner voice. Hey, queen. Ooh. You know what you want. Hey, queen. Hey, queen. Hey, queen. Hey, queen. Hey, queen. Hey, queen. Hey,
it.
queen.
Oh, now you can cut the music and
Hey, queen.
inhale, inhale, and exhale with sound. Ah. Inhale, let's stretch up. And as we stretch up, we're going to give ourselves what's called a butterfly hug as we take the right hand on the left and we just give ourselves the love and attention. And as we give ourselves the love and attention as givers of care, we are caregivers. So as we do this butterfly hug, we prepare those butterflies to go out. As we have cared for our loved ones, we are givers of cares for ourselves. We practice and commit to our radical Nahari. So let's prepare those butterflies to go out. So this is a self-soothing posture. Touch is so powerful. And as we send these butterflies out, my favorite are monarch butterflies. When I was growing up and I would spend summers in Georgia, we would catch butterflies, and that's a skill. And I just remember those monarch butterflies in Athens, Georgia. And then I'm going to release them and let them go and send them off. And I say, thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to share this science and technology called yoga. And we bow and say, Sat Nam, which means my true identity to your true identity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Denise and Sheri. I want to thank both of you for being here today and for just taking us to what will be a hopeful and beautiful holiday season, and Sheri for just reminding us to KISS, keep it short and simple this holiday season. And of course, Denise, just thank you for presenting yoga to us, the chair exercises and the meditation and the breathing exercises, so that we can walk into the new year healthy with some new tools to help us get to a healthier place. I'm gonna, I know we're at the top of the hour, but I want to allow our Director of Alumni Operations, Miss Linda Hart Patton, to come before you and give some brief remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Linda Hart Patton, and thank you, Denise. I really like this move. I don't think I'm ever going to stop. It's something about the butterfly touch, but that was wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Sheri, for providing us with this session, with giving us the idea and the dream of, and the importance of having a conversation around the importance of caregiving and giving ourselves self-care as we're navigating through. And thank you all for joining us. It's the holiday seasons. We hope you are enjoying your families, and we wish you nothing but the best as we go into 2021. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Linda. Just a few minor details, or important details, I should say. If you would like to connect with Dr. Sheri Yarbrough, we will send out a post-event survey that will include her email address and her contact information that you see here on the screen, as well as some information about her book, OMG, I'm the Grown Up, a conversation on giving care, as well as how you can access her book. And then also in that email, you will receive some more contact information about Denise and how you can reach out to her. She offers yoga classes via Zoom, so you may want to check that out. And so this is her information about her caregiving. It's a 12-week series program. And in the email, you will receive the dates and times of when she hosts her Zoom. For non-caregivers, you're welcome to give her a donation. Also, I want to make mentions of our next Sister Soul Circle. It's our regularly scheduled Sister Soul Circle, which is on this Sunday, December 13th. It's going to be fun and interactive. It's about holiday crafts and DIY projects. So they will show you how to make your own body scrubs. You'll watch a demo of how to decorate or decorate wreaths and decorate your Christmas tree. If you haven't gotten your Christmas decorations up, this is a perfect opportunity to get some new ideas, and as well as motivate you to kind of get in the holiday spirit. And then also they will offer how to create your own ornaments for the holiday season. So I look forward to seeing you all on Sunday for that. And as well as lastly, again, we will send out a post-event survey so you can tell us about the session, offer some insight of you yourself would like to host one of our Sister Soul Circles in the upcoming year. Please feel free to fill out the survey and include your contact information. There's a part in there for that as well. And I just want to again thank you all for being a part of this. Yet it was so fun and just relaxing experience. And again, thank you, Dr. Yarbrough and Denise, for presenting your various expertise to us today.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful holiday.
Thank you. It was wonderful.
Thank you again.
Thank you all so much for attending.
And may we always remember the true reason for the season.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you, Mom. Have a good day.
That's my son, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no worries. It's all love. Have a good one.